Wow, that was weird. Give me 1 second. Is my camera gonna be out the whole time now? This is gonna be real fun if it is. It's like a ghost stream here. You can't see my face at all. Here it is. Here it is. We got it. We got it. It's back up. My goodness. What a pain in the ass. Can everybody hear me, see me, etc.? Is this back on the right place? Let me see if the folks in the chat. Back up on Twitch. What about YouTube? Because I don't know if the same stream is going to be used. Yeah, it says it ended. Is it the same one? No, stream finished. That's so confusing. Okay, got another stream up. Can somebody... same one? Whoops. Can somebody drop that new stream link on YouTube into the chat? I don't know if everybody's just using Twitch right now anyway. Maybe Twitch is just the way to go. Maybe I should just stop streaming on YouTube entirely. Would make things easier. But if someone could put that in the chat, in the IRC, what the hell now? And then once I finally get everything back together, we will discuss what happened. Because I don't actually know what happened. Seeming real professional today, folks. Real professional operation I got going on here. All right. Okay, there we go. We're on the right place. My apologies to everyone who expected to see a, high quality stream where people actually, do things and accomplish them. Apparently that's not what happens in this channel. This is a bunch of BS. No wonder I'm in the wrong place. Yeah, I decided to put the System Crafters music on now because I don't know if like running Spotify was something to do with what happened. At the same time, it was a little bit intense. Knight says he doesn't see a stream. Slideshow. What are you talking about? This is really weird, I gotta say. Okay, somebody tell me if Twitch is working. Is Twitch still working? Because we'll just say whatever on YouTube. We'll just do this the hard way. Okay, so Andy says we're back. Which platform is back? Okay, I see that we do have a stream. Twitch only. There's a YouTube feed too, but I can't get to the chat to drop it in. I don't know how it created this. Let me see. Let me see. Oh God, what is this, Senpai? Senpai, Geek Shell Senpai. Senpai. For God's sake. Check. Okay. And it's not the syncing too bad for me, but who knows what's going on with Twitch. Thanks, Peter. Senpai Soju. Nightmare. Roger says YouTube is working. Thank you, Roger. Roger, can you drop the link? I've already gotten there myself now. I can do it myself, but I was going to say drop the link in the chat, in the YouTube chat. Or sorry, in the IRC. There it is, finally. Oh, God. Good Lord. What a nightmare. So are we back? Is it working now? Can we proceed with the nonsense that I started off to do on the stream today? Buffering. I don't know why it's buffering. Does it keep buffering? Okay, who knows what that means? All right. We're gonna get into it now. Sorry for whatever that just happened, folks. I think that my computer has been up for too long and just too much crap going on in the background, and it just decided to croak on me right at the last moment. So the basically what happens, like, I just crashed completely back to the TTY and my computer shut off. I thought at first that the battery was not plugged in, but it is plugged in. So it must have been either overheating or something else. And the something else is what worries me. But anyway, like I said last week, we are focusing on Flux Harmonic streams now for the foreseeable future. I've just kind of decided that I want to move on to just building things most of the time, all the time, you know, like just doing creative stuff, working on projects, and not really trying to come up with Emacs or Geeks topics every week, because it has become difficult for me to do that. Because I don't know, like, I've just been working on projects for the most part, and I don't really learn anything new about Emacs or Geeks anymore. So it's hard for me to come up with interesting things to talk about whenever my own interest is not really there. I'm not the kind of person. I have to actually be, like, you know, mentally invested in something to be able to talk about it with any level of interest or enthusiasm. So here's where we are. The main thing I've been doing over the last, I don't know, maybe 9 months is working on my own scheme implementation called Sigil, using Claude Code and a little bit of Codex. And, you know, people have different opinions about the use of AI. I got some unhappy comments on the stream last week, people saying they would prefer just to see the system crafters content, and I get that. But this is my channel. We're gonna do things my way. We will do some AI in the meantime, but I don't really want to use AI the whole time. I would like to actually write some stuff by hand too, and that was the premise of this channel to begin with, Flux Harmonic that is, to build things from scratch by hand. Now, we will be using AI for certain aspects of things. A lot of it will be to speed up the improvement and development of features for the language and for the ecosystem of the language, but for developing applications for it, I think we'll be trying to do a lot of that coding by hand. That will be pretty instructive for kind of getting a feel for how to use the language in practice, use the language in the ecosystem of the language, and to build applications with it. So it will be useful to me as a person who wants to build stuff, you know, but I also want to use my own tools, and I can't build my own language compiler, runtime, ecosystem, etc. in a span of 9 months without the use of AI. I don't know. It's just the way it is. We'll see how far we go with the handwriting too, but I don't really think I want to sit here and just prompt Claude the whole time. I don't think anybody else wants to watch that either. So we're going to do some hand coding of a new project today, which is going to be a MUD. If you've never heard of a MUD before, a MUD is effectively like an MMO. So, you know, like a massively multiplayer online game or RPG or whatever, you know, World of Warcraft, EverQuest, things of that nature. Those are all graphical, massively multiplayer online games, right? Alternate Vet says, well, we build some React content. You should make your own channel and make some React content. Alternate Vet, you seem to be so interested in this idea. So a MUD is like an MMO in the sense that you can connect to a game and there are other people on the game. Okay, that sounds pretty basic and boring, right? But it's all conducted through text, okay? So it's like text descriptions of locations and items, text commands that you type in, and there are other people in the game, like actual human beings in the game, playing at the same time as you, so you will encounter them in the world. Maybe you can play with them, maybe you can fight against them, or whatever you want to do. It basically gives you the ability to make it an RPG or a deeper RPG-like game of some sort, but without having to worry about graphics. But you still have a lot of the same kinds of like underlying mechanics and systems in the game to make it interesting and fun. So this type of game, a MUD, has been something that I've always gone to as a way to learn a new programming language, because there's a lot of things you would do in a networked game like a MUD, like taking user input, dealing with reading, writing files, socket programming, connecting to a server or hosting a server, dealing with like I/O on a terminal, managing memory, maybe connecting to a database. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that you would do in various different types of applications you would do in a MUD. And also, you have to deal with like real-time type of programming or event loops and things of that nature. So it's a great kind of program to use to learn something new. We're not really going to be learning Sigil here per se, because Sigil really is Scheme, so I'm not going to be learning Scheme here. I already know Scheme, but it will give you the chance to see whether the stuff I built for Sigil actually works in practice when a human being writes code for it and not just Claude the entire time, okay? So, yes, that is the goal here. We're going to start a new MUD from scratch. This is not going to be a MUD that runs over Telnet like traditional MUDs, though. It's not going to be an old text-based Telnet MUD. This is going to be a web-based MUD. And I've been wanting to make one of these for a while. I've actually started trying to do it at various different points with various different languages and frameworks. The idea is you would go to a web page and log in with your character, and then you're in the game. The benefit of that is that you get a much better visual representation of the game as you go through it. You could probably even like embed images or have user interface elements that you can't really do very well in a text-based game. So there's a lot of ways to make it really interesting and fun to play. It could even be pretty easy to play on mobile devices. So you could just be like standing in line at the DMV or something, trying to renew your license, and you're hacking and slashing, or hacking computers, or trading with a bard in a tavern. I don't know, something like that. Who knows? You can do all kinds of fun stuff in a world like this. It would be a magical place. So we will try to make something like that. Let's see what's going on in the chat here. Vet says, I'm not interested in React content. I'm doing this for Trev. You want me to write the application using React.js? Benoit says the goal should be to be able to play tonight. That would be difficult to accomplish, I think. That would be kind of difficult to accomplish. So, where to begin? So we're not doing this like 100%. Well, let's try to do it 100% from scratch. There are a few things that I know that are going to happen as we try to start this, okay? First of all, scaffolding a new project. I'm going to try to use Sigil init, which is a command in Sigil. In fact, I need to download the latest release. I released 0.17.2 this week at some point. Hopefully it's not a broken release. So I need to install that. In fact, wait. If it's a MUD, start with a lobby? Yeah, sure, for sure. Need something like that. I need to get a server up so that we can actually run this and play together. Isn't Case a writer? Yeah, Case would be interested in this, except for the fact that I'm using AI for part of it. So I don't think he would really be interested in joining from that perspective. But it would be cool for all of you to take part in creating the content for whatever weird game we come up with for this. All right. So, first of all, let me go into the shell. I don't know why this is still up. So, Sigil. I need to set the path. So, export path. I need to set this in my profile. I just haven't gotten to it yet. David Will dot sigil / bin. Okay, Sigil CLI upgrade. Is that it? Download it. Cube says, is he doing AI or coding by hand today? Both. Sigil version. Cannot execute. Required file not found. I think it downloaded the wrong build again. Why did it do that? All right, we're going to download it from here. I need the muzzle C build. Unless I go and use patch shelf. I don't really need to do that. All right, let's see. Where am I? You just download it to downloads. There we go. And then downloads, Sigil. That's weird. Curious. Let me see which commit this is on. That is not right. That is an old version. Where did that file go? 000. This is a bugged version. It's not the right one. Don't pay too close attention to that. I downloaded a different one. I downloaded the static one. Where did it go? Yeah. Oh. See? Becoming too dependent on AI. I forget the simple things like needing to chmod X a file. No. Yes. Yes. No. It's already installed. Oh, give me a break. Force. There it is. Now we got it. Cool. So, next, Sigil init. We're going to go down one level. Actually, no, we're going to go up one level. Because this is the sort of meta folder. So, what are we going to call this thing? Maybe we can ask Claude for ideas, but maybe other people want to have ideas. This is not, I don't really know what the game is going to be yet. Let's just put it that way. It's going to be kind of a generic mud engine first, and then we will add content to it and figure out what kind of game it's supposed to be. So I'm trying to think like what kind of names would work. I had a name for an engine for muds a while back called Mire, which is pretty stupid because it's like mud, you know, you're in the mire. But probably mud-related names, they've all been taken at this point, so we might not want to use any of those. Let's see. Something inspired by the name of the channel, perhaps. And what templates do we have? All right, that's good. -L. Web app. Flux Harmonic. Multi-user David. That works. Trying to think of something worth doing here. What time is it? Am I just like wasting precious moments? Precious moments. Okay. Then let's just do this. Sigil init. What is a template parameter? Mudger. That's a good suggestion, Levin. Init options arg. So the name is the arg, and then T is web app. This is not going to work. I got a feeling this template will not work. We're supposed to be checking the templates whenever we push a new release, but kind of feel like it's not going to work. We'll check it though. We'll see. Web app. I'm going to call it Flux World. Okay, who cares? So there's stuff in there. That's a good start, right? So CD Flux World. Okay, so I'm gonna go in there and Emacs, our good old friend Emacs. Why do I say it like that? I don't know. Okay, so package.sigil. This is Sigil 015, so there we see already that we're behind, and the Sigil mode is also not loaded. Let's see what's going on in my Emacs configuration. We're gonna have to debug all this stuff live because I got no idea what's going on or how any of this stuff is. Requires Sigil mode. Cannot open file. Maybe it's not in. All right, Sigil mode. Ensure nil, demand T. Sigil editor Emacs. That should load. eglot server programs. After eglot. You might see Emacs like that due to the Blimpy video. Yeah, that's pretty funny, actually. Okay. That Blimpy video was kind of funny. All right, we're going to go back here to the package.sigil file. Right there. And then sigil mode again. Not scheme mode. Sigil mode. There it goes. Now it loaded up. Good. Okay, we're out of date on a lot of these things. Should we call it the const sellers? That's not a bad idea, actually, Benoit. This is now 17. A Sigil Web application, a web-based MUD written in Sigil, right? Flux World main. Let's see, build dev bundle T. This is only a dev config. It needs a release config too. I don't know why the template's set up like that. Then the versions of everything else, I'm gonna have to double check on those. I don't know if there's a way to automatically update them either. So let's just do a quick little look through sigil/sigil HTTP. Yeah, we need that. Excuse me, tags, we're on 0.16.6. So let's say 16 here. Web is probably also on 16. No, it's on 14. How about that? SXML. That also appears to be on 14, which seems kind of behind to me. Excuse me. And that's good. We have Sigil Test and Sigil Test Runner. I think both of those are a bit farther along. In fact, they're on par with 17 now. So that needs to be 17. That needs to be 17. And Sigil version. Why is Sigil version even in here? Okay, 16. That's a dev package? Why? Okay. I need to be taking notes on all the things that make me say why, because there appear to be a few. Projects, sites, Flux Harmonic, where's it? Folio, streams, no, notes, streams, and then today is, today's not July 4th? What's going on here? That's very weird. Why does it think today's July 4th? It's the 3rd, for God's sake. Okay. I don't know how to explain that one. Progress log. So, news, the plan, notes. Why does the web template, the catter sellers, why does a web template have Sigil version as a dev dependency? Why does it also only include a dev config and not a release config? That's kind of weird. I don't know why that's the case. It's all Claude's fault, okay? So now let's go into the console and use Sigil deps install. I fixed this since the last stream. It should work, okay? Now it seems to be doing something. See if it crashes and burns. I would love it if it does actually work, so that you don't think that I'm a total failure already. Sigil Underworld. I kind of like that. That's dope. That's a great name. Parenthea. I like that too, Benoit. How delayed is the stream right now? Version conflict for Sigil SXML. Where? Something apparently is tagged to an old version of Sigil SXML. 350. Tree 50. What are you talking about? 30 to 40 seconds. Is that on YouTube? Doesn't surprise me if it is. Okay, required. I don't want version 0.9. One of these dependencies, and I'm betting money it's going to be Sigil Web. It's got the wrong number. Son of a. Git clone. Git at codeberg.org. Sigil. Sigilweb.git. Stop fooling around on YouTube. Join Twitch. It sucks, but it sucks less. It does. I see it at Night HK. You see it on the screen too. All right, so we're gonna bounce into the Sigil Web folder, and we're gonna check out the package.sigil file here. SXML. Okay, who is depending on the old version? Doesn't make any sense. I'm really confused. We're gonna have to ask Claude about that, which is what we will do now. So, you're not selling Sigil very well. I'm not supposed to be selling Sigil. I'm showing you how I'm building the thing. The point is to make it better. So, let's see. I want to go. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. I could probably just do it in the stream session. Clear. Okay. We're trying to install dependencies. Seen any, what do you mean? Any streams at all on Twitch? That seems unlikely. Trying to install dependencies in the projects code Sigil Flux World project, but it's failing due to an older version of Sigil SXML being resolved. Any thoughts? Debugging is important. That's true, Auntie. We're gonna let it chew on that for a moment. Sigil is on the path. Look, I'm gonna tell you how to get to it. Did you find it already? It saw the error. Good. Found the root cause. Let me confirm a couple of things. Whether Flux World actually uses Sigil Web and whether a newer Sigil Web. Sigil Web as a culprit is a stale transitive constraint. How? I swear. We just looked at it. Unless it's the tagged version. Hold up. Something's wrong. Where are we supposed to be? 014.3, 2 months ago. I see. It doesn't use it yet. It will. That's the whole point. Drop the dependency line. Whatever, dude. I'm not doing that. Yeah, it does. Of course it does. Sigil Web already has the right constraints. Why does it have the wrong version? .14.0 tag is stale. It was cut before the dependency fix, so it didn't get pushed. Local verification, cut and push Sigil 14.1. Okay. Just go ahead and cut the update. That way we can at least move forward and start using Sigil Web. Now let's also check the website and see if there is anything about using Sigil Web here. There should be somewhere. My HK says, I like David's vibe coding how to use Sigil. Yeah, because there's a bug somewhere, which honestly, it should have pointed that out. So let's add that to the list of things. Here it is. All right, so when there is a version constraint conflict due to a transitive dependency, we should identify which package is asking for conflicting version so that it can be corrected. Got it? Auntie says we should have a wrapper that will check the current installed Sigil local version and dependencies. Yes, maybe so. Peter says a 9-month-old language and dependency hell is already forming. Yeah, you know, I should have just kept it all in a monorepo, I guess, but I wanted to have it be more real. Okay, I needed to have independent repositories for the different packages, etc., etc. Okay, so it's been pushed now. And we're building what? Sigil Web? Flux World, okay. Probably gonna screw something up by doing that, but let's see. We're pinning to emits? What for? All right, so we do have the dependencies for Flux World installed. I guess it's trying to build everything from scratch right now. I should do that myself, all right? Let me do it, okay? I'm taking the wheel. Sigil build. That's all I need to do, I think. It had already built a lot of this, it seems. Now I was just getting back to the job. A lot of the stuff shouldn't need to get built. I mean, I guess Sigil Run probably is what we need to be using. Having to build the entire runtime just to run an app that doesn't need to compile things is kind of annoying. And I think that Sigil Run is supposed to deal with that, if I'm not mistaken. See, this is the problem with me not actually like writing anything myself, is that I don't really see the paper cuts of how to use the tools whenever I'm not running it most of the time. I was running it a lot more in the earlier days whenever I was testing things myself and making sure it was all working correctly, because I wasn't really trusting what Claude was doing sometimes. But it's been a while since I've actually like tried to run things correctly. We need an unvetter thing for Sigil. It needs the left pad, then it'll go viral. What is unvetter? I don't want Sigil to go viral. I don't want anybody to know about it because I don't want I don't want anybody bugging me about it, okay? Just you guys who, most of you probably won't bother using it because you're going to see how much I struggle with it day to day. And you're thinking to yourself, why am I here? Yeah, why am I here? Why are you here? Why am I here? Because we just can't resist watching someone fail. That's why. Myself included. There's nothing good from NPM. See, you mentioned that and we are out. What? Come on, man. The crypto package takes the longest time to build. And I'm going to blame Trev for that. I don't think Trev's in the chat right now. He was before, but he's not now. I'm going to blame Trev for the fact that crypto takes forever to build because he added some things to it because he was trying to make his meme coin. So yes, we are waiting on a build right now. This will be cached, so it will not build again next time. But it sure is taking a long time, isn't it? We're just building embed TLS here. Why so slow? We all blame Trev. Yes. Well, this is not Claude, man. This is just me running Sigil build, okay? Like, Claude has nothing to do with what's happening right now. Trev says, listen, I hear all. Well, we're blaming you. Claude is already drunk. Claude is in another TMUX window, okay? Pepper's Farm remembers. Let's do Sigil run instead. Is that going to help? What? I got to update the stupid path again. I need to fix that. I was just trying to build it anyway. Don't do it again. Audio and video working, same link from Twitch. What happened? Did it stop? This SSL cache.c must be a heavy file. Really? Interesting. I wonder if the YouTube stream went down. Okay, I'm just watching and see what happens here. There's very strange things happening today. I didn't control C that. Did it crash? What the hell happened? All right, at least we're back to where we started. Or where we left off, at least. Thank you for letting me know about the YouTube. Okay. Eventually. So Night HK is auntie. So confusing. No, I don't think so. Where is Tink? Night HK. We need Tink in the chat. No. Now I see why Peter said that. Let me just put that up on the screen so everybody sees it. There we are. We have confirmation. Night HK is auntie. I should use that feature of the overlay more often. Good God, why does it take so long? Who made this shitty language? What's happening? And where's alternate bed now? What am I eating? I'm eating my tears. I'm eating my sadness. Now I'm just eating popcorn, waiting for the damn build to finish. I told you at the beginning of the stream I have popcorn just in case I need to watch Claude write code the entire time. Now we're just watching the compiler run, okay? Lovely. Oh, great. Tink is here. Hey there. Welcome to the madness. Hope your day's going better than my last Git merge conflict. Okay. Thing is, Tink can't hear me. But doesn't know what I'm saying. Nullbath says my vibe-coded Lisp builds are much faster than your vibe-coded Lisp. Which vibe-coded Lisp builds are we talking about? The problem I'm having here is the compilation time of this damn library. Wait, SSL cache, we're back to that again? Are we running out of memory? What's happening? All right, it's starting to piss me off. Is it because I'm using Zig? What's happening? All right, so let me think about this for a moment. We need to get into the Geeks manifest of Sigil itself. This is C compilation times, people. Okay, it's not me. It's not Sigil. It's a C compiler. We used to try more beginner-friendly languages like Python or C#. I would love to never see a line of C# again in my life. Okay, I really do not care to see any more C#. CC equals GCC. Maybe I don't even need to do that. Yes. Geek shell. I've forgotten how to use geeks already. Env. Again, we got the stupid thing. Holy crap. You're not going to build faster, are you? I swear to you, it's a C compiler making it slow. Peter says, isn't David Will not using a Beast framework laptop? You know, it's funny. I'm using the ThinkPad X1 Extreme for the things that you're seeing on the screen right there. And it doesn't seem very extreme to me. I bought the laptop probably in 2016, so that may be part of the problem. 2018, maybe? Either way, it's not feeling very fast right now. Maybe there's not good parallelism in the build or something, but it's not really doing well. Once again, we get back to sslcache.c. Yeah, it's really old by this point. It's not going to let us build this, is it? Why not C#? Because I don't really care for it as a language. I wrote enough C# in my lifetime, okay? You all know that I worked at a company that is quite known for C# and using C# in programs, so I don't really feel like writing any more of that. I worked on a number of things that use that language. It's not a bad language. It's just like, you know, just the same way I would not want to write Java. Why would I want to write C# if I don't want to write Java? It's the same thing. It's a fine language. I just don't care. Java sucks too. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's for a specific type of purpose. I find this very hard to believe right now. I'm not even building the language. I'm building this stupid crypto library. What the hell is going on? I'm going to start canceling these streams too. This is just not going well. There should be a way. Peter says they don't suck, they're just boring. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, they work, you know. They do pretty well for the companies that use them. Don't lose faith, says Auntie. This is not even vibe coding. This is just staring at compiler output, hoping it does something. All right. So the next thing I'm going to put in the notes is why the hell does it take so long to build embed TLS? Corollary, why can't we just run the code directly in Sigil CLI? Now, maybe it's because I'm not doing the right thing. I have snacks. I don't know about you. I definitely have snacks. All right, so let's try this. Sigil. I don't want you to build it, okay? I want you to just run the damn thing. We got a main in here. I'm probably gonna have to put set the load path. All right. Trev fixed David Will's crypto stuff. He broke it. I'm blaming Trev. Make no mistakes. Yeah, I don't think that works, does it? Okay, which? Yes, right. Source, Flux World, main.sigil. Got it. So, application entry point. Glenn says, I've had dinner and I'm 2 beers in already. Man, I'm envious of you right now. I would love to be about 6 beers in at the moment. Gotta be drunk to deal with this. At least the code looks okay. All right. Let's try to run this directly. I'm gonna do sigil eval-f source Flux World main.sigil. Probably good enough just to do that. Interesting. Why did it just drop right back to shell? Because main is not being called. That's why. Well, let's just put that in right there. And what's here? Define library. Okay. So this is not really a main. I'm going to do something else. We're going to make a little dev file. Run.sigil. Okay. Import Flux World main. Let's see if that works. So first of all, -l source. That's good enough, right? It didn't do it. Oh, because I did the wrong damn file. Hey, at least we got a stack trace. God, I hope this works. Good. Unbound variable. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. That is the chaining operator. And apparently that is not in core sigil anymore, so this template is kind of busted. Let me check the sigil FN library, I think. Is that where the chain operator is? FP. Also, that should be in the docs. In functional programming style, chain. Pipe. Match lambda directly in pipelines. Okay, that must be it. Yeah, sigil FN. No, I'm not handing the driver's seat over to Claude because the whole point is that we're trying to get out of that, okay? We're trying to understand where the rough edges are, as there are many, so that we can do this the right way. So I'm gonna go back over to main.sigil. I'm gonna go here and put in sigil FN. I think that should be enough. I know I made a little typo boo-boo here. That's okay. So we got Sigil FN, and we need to add that to the depths as well. So Flux World package.sigil, we got to put in from git URL. And the version would be what? Tag, only one tag because this is not changed. 091. Where is the caret? Can't see these keys. What it's like to be old, okay? All right, got that. Now we're gonna go back over to Bash and do the depths install again. And get it, all right, there we go, Sigil FP. We got that in now, and we should be able to run it. Server running, but then it stops. Maybe because it's async. Main.sigil. With async. So, there's nothing to make it wait. I think. Unless with async is supposed to. Let's check concurrency. With async. Creates a schedule that runs tasks cooperatively, task yield control at blocking operations, allowing other tasks to run. I've heard they can create binaries without compiling a thing. I don't know about that. I did hear that people were trying to create a very compressed language that could make it translate directly to binary more easily, though. Let's see, use go to spawn concurrent tasks. Yeah, it shouldn't just like completely die like that, I think. What about libraries? Where did the menu go? Didn't you close my crypto PR and implement it yourself? No, dude. I merged it in the repo, okay? Your code was merged. Wow, the libraries list is not loaded at all anymore here. Did it go... What the hell is going on with the UI? It went all the way up. Okay, Sigil browser. Let's go to HTTP. Server, or actually we can look at the main module. Serve. Okay, so let's do it without getting scolded live on YouTube, Trev. There's a little bit of scolding for everyone here, okay? There's enough for everyone. Enough to go around. Interesting. Greg says, my reputation is probably already ruined from LLM usage. Don't you see mine? Don't you see how everyone's giving me shit the entire time? As if I don't know what I'm doing anymore, which, you know, I'm not really making a good case for myself here as I'm doing this, so can't blame any of you. But if we want to talk about reputations being ruined, let's look at case number 1 here. Oh boy, 9HK says, was there ever one to ruin, Trev? An alternate vet is bringing Tink into the conversation. I'll shield you with my non-existent body. Just keep your boot C configs clean and he won't notice. Was he talking about your booty? Because that's pretty weird, man. So, I thought you were doing the streamer strategy of playing dumb for chat engagement. Unfortunately, it's not a strategy. Not today, anyway. Why is he saying the same thing again? All right, NightHK, you got to fix your bot, dude. Come get your mans. Please what? Okay, so the server is not staying up, which is very interesting. Very interesting. What am I going to do to check this? make app, port 8080. Strange. So it doesn't matter whether it's async or not. It just completely exits right back to the shell. Go away, Tink. You brought him here. I mean, at my request, but still. You've heard Go is pretty good. I mean, it's not bad. Kind of weird. But hey, so a scheme. So the question is, are we going to get an HTTP server running by the time this is over with? Are we going to have any success, or is this going to be me crying again and drinking myself to sleep after this is all over? Well, we're going to have to resort to talking to good old Claude again, because something here is wrong. Something's very, very wrong. So we're going to tell Claude that it needs to try to run Sigil. It's like, you know, using AI in the stream is kind of like a Deus Ex Machina or whatever. You know, that whole idea that at the critical moment when the protagonist is in the most danger, some kind of magical, almost like a deity just comes down and fixes the situation. So that's what the LLM is going to do for me right now. It's going to come and solve my problem so I can look like a hero and go on to victory, which is going to be a very paltry victory because we're not really going to do anything but get some text up on a web page probably by the end of this. Okay, so I'm trying to run the app using the following command. The web server does not stay live regardless whether it's invoked async or not. Just returns to the shell. Go, fix it. We haven't even compiled Hello World even. Look, if we were letting Claude do the whole thing, the damn mud would be written already, okay? That's not the point. Who wants to see the LLM write the whole thing? We're just using targeted interventions to get us past the humps here. But we're trying to fix these things, though. Like, ultimately, the idea is to fix it. And then every stream, in theory, it should be better. It should be better, okay? Maybe. Not really sure. Do you have hope? Because I don't know if I do. Isn't Claude the creator, though? Are you smacking me down now, alternate vet? Give me a break, dude. Never underestimate the power of AI to deceive, or really just to sweep things under the rug and make it seem like it's working when it's not. Now I understand the mechanism. Well, I'm glad someone does. Server start does block in server loop. Key is how run async schedules the body. Yeah, the scheduler is not there if it's not run inside of with async. I do know some things about the language, for God's sake. It's just that, like, whenever weird things are happening, I don't really know the first place to look, okay? Should block forever polling the list in sockets on paper stays alive, but that exists in both async and blocking modes. Tells me the HTTP server is likely erroring or returning early rather than entering the accept loop. That sounds fine, but why is it not throwing anything? Alternative says, but you are the designer. Yes, I am the designer. If you look at how the code looks in this example, I designed how this is supposed to look, like how the library works and whatnot. But the internal implementation details, I'm not necessarily an expert on. That's why it works. Oh, wait, thank you very much. Okay. It would be nice if I could do something to someone who says something that annoys me in chat. Like if I could put your name on the screen and like put flames on it, sort of like how Night HK is doing right now. Because I got burned so bad, I would just put flames on alternate Ved's name. Anytime he tries to say anything, it's just going to be trembling and burning. I think I need that. I'm going to get Claude to implement that for me for next time. So, yes, we really do need a set of features for tormenting the people who are shit-talking me in chat. I think that would be really useful. It would make me feel better, at least. Run task doesn't catch exceptions. We saw no error. Yeah, so what's going on? There's no stack trace. Yes, flame me, Davey. Give me a break, dude. I'm a hero. You're just keeping calm. All of us is an inspiration. You know, when you've accepted your fate and you know that all that's going to happen is you're going to get made fun of for 2 hours because you're just, you know, using an LM to write a bunch of garbage, it's easier just to accept the fact that you're being ridiculed and just laugh about it and go on. And plus, I know all of you, so it's not like it's you know, gonna hurt my feelings or anything. Maybe it should. Maybe it does actually hurt my feelings. I just cry myself to sleep after the stream, you know. I lay in bed at night thinking about all the mean things people have said to me, and then I think of the ways that I'm gonna exact my revenge on all of you. But actually, if I were to do that, it wouldn't be me. It's probably going to be Claude, because I don't plan anything without the help of Claude anymore. So Claude is going to help me to figure out how to exact revenge on all of you. I heard that some type of people thrive better under pressure. Yes, those of us with ADHD. That's kind of true. Did you read Twig? What is that? This Week in Geeks? Is that what we're calling it now, Twig? What's Twig, Trev? You should be more specific, buddy. Let's see. Pure prints all show exit zeros, no buffering issue, and eval runs every form. Great. So there's a bug in there somewhere. Have David Will read Twig. Why don't we talk about twigs in here? New twig today. I'm gonna show my twig on the chat, on the stream. That sounded wrong. So Trev's site. Is there a twig of the twigs? Hello, Pete's. Where is it? This Week in Geeks. Let's all give Trev a round of applause for having Claude write this for him. Just like everything else we're doing here. If you haven't noticed, there's a lot of LLM usage going on in the System Crafter chat recently, and probably is annoying a lot of people, but you know, it's fun, right? Night HK is the worst of all of us, though. This man's talking about token maxing all day long. Geeks published, what? Why are we title casing every word here? Disclosing several critical vulnerabilities in a Geeks daemon along with a vulnerability. I'm losing the ability to speak. Isn't this already known? Scared away 90% of Let's see. Do I get more viewers talking about showing my twig on the stream? I actually have more viewers right now, so maybe I should talk about that more often. Only twigs. Right here on the chat, on the stream. That is to confuse the LLM. All right. Oh, really? No freaking way, dude. Is this a manifestation of like the syntax issue? No way. I didn't think so. Who? Trev has lost the LM? We're all lost, dude. We're all living in AI psychosis. All day long, I'm living in a fantasy world where I'm talking to artificial intelligence and people who are not actually next to me. We need more Twig content. Nah, we're not doing that. That's not becoming a thing. Still unbound after cache clear. Importing genuinely isn't making the thread macro available. Cross-module macro export issued. That doesn't sound good. That sounds like a fundamental language problem. And I just fixed something there, or let's say Claude just fixed something there recently, so I don't know what's going on with that. What did you do, Claude? Did you break it? Where was it? Last week, 3 days ago. Yeah, fix get cell crash. I'm blaming Trev if this broke everything because this was the bug that he filed, okay? And I fixed it. So if anything goes wrong, it's Trev's fault. React to Twig content. I already did that, and I fell off after the first post. Security fixes merged to Geeks. So basically, Geeks is insecure. That's what I'm hearing. So what I should be doing right now is a Geeks poll on my machine because the Geeks that I'm running is insecure. Tell him that Neri is better than i3, is better than KDE, is better than GNOME, and they can't tile. I don't give a shit about any of those, okay? I use Sway. D-blobbed Debian kernel package proposed. Really? But what's the point? Emacs. Oh, okay. We got some Emacs package updates. Interoperating Nix packages with Geeks. Huh. That's kind of interesting. Should I just jump straight into Geeks as a Linux beginner? No. I can tell you the answer to that question. How are you feeling about how the stream is going mud-wise, says NightHK. Mud-wise, any-wise, is not going good. I'm okay with that, though. You're all here watching, so I feel like at least I'm not alone in this. And at least you can take part in my misery instead of me just being here by myself. But of course, if it was just me by myself, I probably wouldn't be doing this at all. We're still far from a lobby. Don't remind me, Peter, okay? Now it's a twig harmonizing stream. Were we harmonizing twigs? Isn't that one of the lines that shows up whenever you play the Sims? Like reticulating splines. Then we're going to be harmonizing twigs. I sound like I'm drunk. And then HK says, fuck it, I'm getting a beer. Well, bring one for me too. I need a few. We're just waiting. We're waiting. The marker did not appear. Proof that a stale compiled Flux World main is being loaded. Actually, that does make sense. So I'm going to stop you right there. And I'm going to go delete a specific folder. Because things that are run or compiled at runtime do get cached in here. And this is 07, no, 17. I don't see it in the list. Store. Maybe it's, ooh, look at that. What a mess. Maybe it's in the store. That's a tall cup of Ouzo. I wish it was Ouzo, for God's sake. It would be much better. One of the two big problems of computing, cache invalidation. That's right, Peter. Exactly. 1991. Oh, okay. We're talking about a different thing. Huh. Should I just delete them all? If I do that, though, we're going to end up recompiling things, and I really don't want to do that. And I don't know if dynamically compiled things go straight to the store or if they go to the cache. Maybe I should just delete the cache anyway. Cache, Sigil Lib. I don't know if it's gonna help. It did. But explain to me why. Okay, so at least something's working. Let's tell Claude about that. So I deleted cache sigil lib, and it seems to run fine now. What do we need to commit? Was it just that the wrong module was being imported? That's really weird, actually. Put time into what? Thinking with high effort. Okay. Alternate Vet says, I'm glad that your twig got showcased, Trev. It's good to see that stuff on stream. How's the visitor traffic going now, Trev? Getting slash dotted? What, from me pulling it up on this stream? Noel Bass says, do you ever use agent teams or sub-agents? What I use is my own kind of orchestration framework between Claude Code instances. But, whoa, what? Why? Why did you take that out? That doesn't make any sense. Jeez. Peter says, time zones is the Vietnam of computer science. That's pretty heavy. That's pretty heavy. NHK says, I'm about 40 agents at the same time. No way, man. You can't keep an eye on all that. I guess the point is you're not meant to keep an eye on all that. So we're going to try to compile this now? Ooh, what was that? Here's the hard truth you need. Even with a clean cache, Sigil FP does not compile under Sigil 1712. Wow. Very interesting. Why? We changed a lot about that in the past few months. Macro expander bug. I could have sworn, though, that all those have been fixed. But as we see, a lot of things are broken. I should just not name the streams, okay? I shouldn't set any expectations of streams. I should just come here and see what happens and just let the problems just come out on their own without making promises that we're going to accomplish anything in particular. No sub-agents and the bros. What are we talking about? Just hang out and chat with the others. I gave them the super cool personality, so the implementers are gravitating towards impressing them with code. That doesn't sound real. Okay, I don't care too much about that. Why is this on this screen? What the hell? Flux serendipity. It is more like that, Peter. That's true. Whatever happens, happens. C'est la vie. Que sera, sera. Those sorts of things. Let's see. No install failure. Stale tag. Yeah, of course. We've figured that out already. Doesn't compile. So what did you do? Oh, it unwrapped the chain, apparently. That's fine. I want you to fix Sigil FP. Hello, Cole Fox. Are we actually mud maxing? Not yet. We're trying to fix the stupid Sigil FP library, which is kind of unnecessary for all of this to work. That is the silliest thing I've ever heard, Night HK. All right, so FP is being updated. Oh, wow. So there's like all kinds of issues here. It's basically a broken package at this point. And I told Claude to go through and check all of them in the ecosystem and make sure they work, and apparently it didn't. Let's see, Rupert's cleaning is local checkout. Bisect which macro clause triggers the expander bug. Well. Night HK says, I should make my own stream, Trev. This has been inspiring. What you mean, the fact that people will watch you completely failing the entire time and still stick around? I don't recommend it. You have to be made of tough stuff. You gotta have a lot of grit to sit around here and just humiliate yourself the entire time. Trev says, didn't I report that macro expansion bug? You did. There was a bug, and I got Claude to fix it, and I shipped the release this week with the fix. But this is something else. Unless it's different. So who knows? Night HK says, how could I do worse, to be honest? Well, I don't know, man. You'll have to find out. You'll have to find out. It takes a lot of time and practice to be this good at failing on a stream and not crying. Because I'm not really like, I don't feel sad. I'm just kind of laughing at my misfortune. You know, I probably should have called this channel like Schadenfreude, or however you pronounce that. Where's our local German person in the chat? Gun's not here. Ashra's not here. We need someone who can help me with my German pronunciation. Schadenfreude? I don't think that's right. But anyway, it's like that. You're just here to watch me fail. It's been like that for a while now anyway, I think. Aren't you the main contributor? Trev is not the main contributor. I am. Through Claude. Number 2 contributor and CTO. Come on, man. You're not getting a promotion this fast. You're not getting a promotion this fast. Top level Sigil build. Are we going to do that now? What time is it? Okay. Now, even a plain function library fails identically. So format template must be a string is not about the macro. It's about the autocompiler itself failing on any library in this harness. Okay. Well, I don't really use the autocompilation anymore, so that probably explains it. There's the latent bugs. Chief Trev Officer. Night HK says, I'm CVO now for Sigil Chief Vibes Officer. And what do you do? What do you do? How are you going to bring more sigil coins to this company, okay? How are we going to bring more money? Alternate says, you're a designer and maintainer. No, I mean, sort of. I mean, I just tell Claude to fix the bugs whenever they pop up. Usually it finds them itself, so what can I say? What a disaster. Who is your daddy and what does he do? That's not good. I can't do a good Schwarzenegger. Somebody else must have to do that. Now we're putting FP chain back in. Did you fix anything? What was that? Okay, so the code builds. This is the autocompile stuff whenever you run it directly. All right, fine. Well. Let's see. We got, what, 20 minutes left, and we've gotten nowhere. I mean, at least we got the web server responding once to requests. It shows that, you know, there is actually some vertical in this stack of shit that actually works, okay? From top to bottom, you can send a web request and get a response back that was generated by the language in the runtime. I see. All the high fives or hands raised are all the vibes. Gotcha. Okay. What about a good old-fashioned macro expand in the REPL? It turns out it's not the REPL, or sorry, the general macro expansion. I think it's just the runtime compilation of modules that are being loaded in, which is not working because I often don't use it that way. I'm just compiling things all the time. Or Claude is compiling things all the time, and I'm just like doing something else and not even watching it. So the compilation time has not been a factor for me in quite a while, which obviously it shows because we were just sitting there waiting for Sigil Crypto to compile for, what, 20 minutes before? And then it stopped. Alternative says, Claude, next time you create a language, just use Go and slap a different name on top of it. Maybe we should call it Stop. Tink says, David Will, you're doing a wonderful job and we appreciate everything you bring to the community. Stop gaslighting Tink into complimenting me, please. I would rather be insulted than complimented, all right? Spoken like a true pirate. What type? What type of pirate? Aye, Captain. Now if someone would stop changing languages and let me retire in peace. Clearly the issue is that prompts are not statically typed. I don't know. Are we waiting on a build now? This is gonna take forever. Well, how does he know? How does he know that I need emotional support right now? Somebody must have said something. Somebody's whispering in Tink's ear that David Will is going to go crazy. Have Tink MPV stream your stream. Well, Tink cannot real-time listen to the audio of the stream, so you're not going to lie to me like that. Stale cache all along. Well, what the hell are we talking about then? Okay. We're back to the original template code. Okay, so we got 15 minutes. First of all, there's the home handler. Let's add a game handler or... Just trying to think of how we're going to start this up. I'm just going to start coding a bunch of random stuff. And we're going to see what happens, okay? I need to get some indentation support. You know, I'm just going to do this. Instead of using Claude to write code, I'm going to use copy and paste. So, play the game. What we need is a div. So we got the right SXML. Let me check that because I don't remember. Where's the damn docs for the library? $30 sigil coins. Hey, Alejandro. Long time no see. Yeah, there it is. All right, so it's the single, whatever you call that thing. What is this character called? It's not at. What's it called? What's that called? ID. Events. All right, so this is the event feed. Inside of it, we would have something like another div, and here's the event content. I just want to see this load up and show something, okay? And we don't have the REPL hooked up at the moment. That's something we will want. So let me make another list of things that we're gonna have to figure out for the future streams, because, you know, can't be coming back in here with all this BS. 2026. There it is, that one. All right, so how to get Sigil in REPL running inside of the game. Amperat, is that what it's called? Thank you. Or Amprat. In Greece, they call it the papaki, which is duck. There you go. There's your Greek word of the day, papaki. So how to get Sigil in REPL running inside of the game? We actually compile handwritten code. Oh, Jesus Christ! I did it again. You see that? You see what happened? Terminal Emacs. No, I don't want to board. I want you to go back into the damn session so I can go back where I was. Thank you. It finally worked for once. Yeah, I hit Control G 3 times because I'm spamming it like usual, and then it dropped me back to the terminal. I can't believe it actually resumed, though, because a lot of times it doesn't. Okay. We've got the world handler. We want to run the code. I'm going to go to window number 3 here. We're going to restart the server. And then in this one, we're going to go /world 404 not found. Why not? I got a feeling that the caching of the dynamically loaded code is not being invalidated somehow. Trev says, do you want to try my Wayland backend for Emacs? I'm daily driving it for a while now. Well, the problem is I'm trying to use everything in Tmux right now. So, I mean, I would probably try it in general, but I mean, my whole life is in Tmux. I feel like I'm just like a, what is the most insulting thing I can say about myself? Like a console curmudgeon. 10 minutes, you must make a mud. Thank you for bringing Tink into this to remind me that I'm failing on the premise. I already know I'm failing on the premise. If I had just made a literal socket-based, text-based mud, this would have been fine. But then I had to go and use a stupid web library, which obviously doesn't work. But there's other things. I think, okay, what we have discovered is that, number one, the build took way too long for some reason. Number two, trying to run the code dynamically using the CLI, there's issues with caching of files. That's something that can easily be fixed off the stream. So when evaling files, The runtime compiled cached version is not being invalidated correctly. Needs to use the same cache key logic as the store backend. Something like that. Mud makes a mess, and we're progressing well in the mess area. Yes. Well, all I can say is there's nothing I like more than a good mess. Okay? Because all I do is just create messes here all day long. Messes here, messes there, messes everywhere. Now it's becoming a Dr. Seuss book. Something like that. No, Night HK, nobody knows what you're talking about. And yes, Alternate Vet was talking about merging with Trev today, which, you know, if you've ever seen the movie Altered State, kind of an old movie, maybe that's what they're going to do. They're just going to, like, get into a bath of some sort and then, like, turn into blobs of goo and just merge together into one weird entity. So, cache key logic needs to be fixed. I got a long list of things that need to be fixed here. Trev says, I only watch AI generate Pixar movies now. Well, we should make a Pixar movie of you and Alternate Vet merging. That sounds like a porno, actually. Alejandro says, can someone teach org mode to that agent, please? I don't know. I've given up on org now. I'm just going to use Markdown. It's easier to speak in the language of the agent. Peter says, that's how most software is built in practice. You build a big mess and fix just enough bugs to ship it. Yeah, it's almost like a sculptor chipping away at a block. But instead of it being a block, it's just a huge turd. And you're trying to shape the turd into something that is partly presentable to your customer. The front of it, you know, may have a nice facade for a turd. And the back might be a complete horror show. I don't know. Why did we go down this route? This feels wrong now. Org mode should be fine. Yes, I have used org mode with Claude before, but it seems pointless, man. I think the whole point of using org mode is if you're going to be in Emacs using the features of Emacs to interact with the file. Otherwise, what's the point of using org mode? Peter says, by the way, Google now co-opted Markdown and called it OKF and sell it as the Future Knowledge Framework. How is that? Is this like an MCP server? Rev says, System Crafters should be family friendly. Well, this is not System Crafters, buddy. It's Flux Harmonic. I could say, well, I'm not going to say that. Okay. So, I have to go delete the cache folder so that we can see the change that I made. Internal server error, unhandled exception, unbound variable. Okay, so I screwed up the code. Makes sense. A whole lot of things make sense. How did I do that though? Capitalized HTML. That's what happens when you don't compile the code. You can't see that the symbols don't exist. Try to put with async back in. Uh-oh. Don't worry, everyone. The stream is still alive, as far as I know. Is it back? I saw it blip. There we go. I see it on Restream at least. Sheesh. Is front the best reveal? Frumped? What is frumped? What? I have no idea. I've never heard of that before. People assume that I see things that are happening in the world. I don't see many things at all. Arhan. Your keyboard is lit. OKF looks like the note format. That'd be pretty sad if they just like found Protocill's work and just decided they're gonna steal it to make a knowledge base format. It's not dead, alternate vet. It's here. It's back. Everything is fine. It's not dead. What are you talking about? Okay, so async works in theory. Back to what I was going to do. All right, so we need to have an SSE endpoint and a concurrent task that sleeps at some interval and pushes a message out to the SSE endpoint to add a div to the page. Can I do that? I don't really know how to use Sigil Web because I never wrote any code with it, but that's the whole point of what we're doing here is to figure out how to use the shit that Claude made. You got to figure it out. So, if I go to the Sigil Web repo, will it tell me anything? Or do I have to go here? Is it even here? No, of course not. Middleware, static files, cookies, server-driven UI. There we go. Great. I hope these documentation snippets are up to date. First of all, need Sigil Web UI in there. And then send SC events for real-time chat updates, SC morph target chat. Now, where does that go? Doesn't tell me where it goes. Results. Mode inner, content, map render. Okay, that makes sense. But where is that defined? I'm gonna have to go look at the code because I have no idea. Sigil Web. Source. Sigil Web UI. And Sigil. Oh, nice. Okay. Creates a response. But that's only to come from an endpoint. SSE morph is an event. Okay, so we need to have the SSE thing set up, which means we need to look at Sigil HTTP as well. No docs. And no Sigil HTTP locally. We're going to clone HTTP. We need these Sigil SEO for engagement farming. Our numbers are doing bad. It's fine. They don't need to be good. So, SSE. There we go. That's in the oh, okay, this is an HTTP file. Great. So we got an SSE response, and we want to broadcast to Lambda send. Cool. So we need to hold on to this Lambda, basically. Time to be gone. JSON and code count 1, send SC event, SC data. Got it. And then Sigil Web had SC morph. So we need to call SC morph to create the event that would update the div. I got a feeling this is not going to work if I try it right now. I need to go into docs. Let's just see. I'm curious. So on these, we'll just comment them out. Then we need to have an endpoint for events. And the events handler is going to be an HTTP response. And as far as the event sending is concerned, the event we would want to send is a SC morph, and that is in Sigil Web UI. Okay. Why a mud? Why not? Why though? Because it's fun. Why else would we do anything, Alejandro? You might or might not have broken the bridge. No, it looks fine to me. What are you talking about, dude? Oh, boy. Okay, so that closes correctly. Now, I just want to see if it works. Tink and Twig are best friends. Sounds pretty interesting to me. So, div class message hello content chat append. I think it was called what? Events? Events. Okay. So we have events send, and that's going to be events handler. It's on the /events. We got to go back into the, what's it called? Flux world repository. We're going to delete the cache. And we're going to eval. We're going to run eval. And we're going to go into events. What are you doing? Did the code crash? Error, string response, go routine crashed. Expected one argument's got two, of which at least it gave an error this time. Maybe event send. Is this training for a community IRC server? I already have one of those. I just haven't put it up yet. Okay, so let me write the details on where we're at because I'm out of time. And we need to pick back up on this. And then let me make sure I also have, let's see. We need up-to-date examples of how to do SSE in Sigil HTTP, and also how to do Sigil Web UI, SSE event-driven UI, so that it's easier to follow a tutorial to make a site like this work. Also, the web template in Sigil CLI needs to be updated. So for progress, investigated a ton of issues, didn't really work on the mud. What else? What can I say? At least got the HTTP server responding using Sigil Web middleware and routes. What else? How many tokens did we write? How many lines of code? I don't know. No, Benoit. We're not playing in the mud tonight. Nobody's playing in the mud. We're playing in the mud that's created by the tears of sadness. You know? Tears of sadness of our disappointment. But I think this was instructive. So long as I go back and try to fix some of these issues before next time, it's likely that we will have much better luck and we can make some progress on that. How many tokens did we have to correct? I don't know. We had to correct some problems, that's for sure. What was the response on that? Was it okay? It was an event stream at least. It just didn't show up as an event stream in the output. All right. Okay, got it. So I think that's it. I mean, obviously we didn't do a whole lot except for, you know, just deal with issues, but maybe it's okay, right? Maybe it's okay that we didn't make a whole lot of progress because we're basically trying to reorient the usage of Sigil back towards humans and not just AI agents that can figure everything out on the fly and fix them whenever a problem appears. If anybody is meant to use this language other than Claude, we have to kind of do the hard work of trying it ourselves and seeing what happens. So, I don't know, it's instructive. It's frustrating at times and maybe a little bit disappointing, but still, like, the whole thing kind of works, even though there's little pieces here and there that don't work so well. So I don't feel like it's like a total failure, but it is like, you know, it doesn't look good to not be able to make progress, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. Is the XHTML tags bug still patched? In what? So yeah, we'll be back here next Friday. I think by the end of the month, we should probably have something working that we can all kind of hack on. I'm not going to say too much about what I kind of expect the game to be like, because we just need to get through the initial technical issues first. And then we can start talking about what we want to implement. But as the immediate issues get fixed, more of this will be getting written by hand and not by AI agents. So I think that will be better. I think that we will enjoy it once we see some actual code being written and not just crying the whole time. So yeah, thank you all for being here today. Really appreciate your time and attention. Let me know in the comments or in the IRC later what you think about it. Will this code for HTML, what does that mean? Let me know what you think. Would a different project be more fun, or should we stick with this one for a while and see what happens? Because I think that, in my opinion, that's the right approach. But I'm also interested to hear what other people have to say. So yeah, hope you all have a great weekend. Until next time, happy hacking. See ya.